My name is Becca Schuster. I'm 21 years old. I live technically in Reno, Nevada, and I go to school at the University of South Dakota. It's been my mom and I for a really long time. What is your name?
Deborah Irene May.
Where were you born?
Chicago, Illinois.
Some of her words are a little bit more enunciated than others, and I like to make fun of her for it sometimes.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
What?
I'll think about it.
What?
I'll think about it.
About it?
What were some defining things of like your childhood through like your teenager years?
I started taking care of my little sister because it was me and my mom and my little sister. There's an 8-year difference between us in age, so I was still pretty young, and whatever I did, she had to go with me. So if I wanted to do something after school, I had to, make sure that she was taken care of. If I wanted to go spend the night somewhere,
How has that affected who you are today?
I had to be a responsible adult at a very young age. I've always worked, and I haven't stopped working since I was 14.
You know, my mom, she works so hard because she has to. Where do you work? Can you describe your job?
I work for Renown Health. It's a hospital system here in Reno. My current job title is Interim Vice President of the Revenue Cycle.
The revenue cycle is, in essence, obviously cycle circle. Think about, as a patient, from the time you need to go see a doctor, that's the first point, you get scheduled, you go see the doctor gives you some prescriptions, he drops charges for the services he provided you, maybe you need other tests done, you get scheduled for those, we bill your insurance, goes through medical records to code it, billing sends a claim to your insurance, they fight to get the money that we're owed, we bill you for your share, that's the entire cycle of revenue.
So right now, I'm an interim vice president over those groups.
What's it like being a parent?
It's fun and funny and hard, very hard. I was going to make sure no matter what happened that my daughter got to go to college regardless, didn't have to worry about that.
I am gonna be graduating in May of 2018 with a BFA in musical theater. I would not be in college if it weren't for her.
You don't realize until you're actually being a parent how much your thoughts and decisions and actions shape your kids.
Can you describe a little bit more about specifically single parenting?
That's hard. When I was still married to your dad, Becca's dad, he took a promotion when we lived in California and he moved to the other end of California. And we did that for quite a long time where he would come home once a month. That was hard, but it was harder having him not be there because I had to be both parents. But then once we got divorced, the good and bad side is that he didn't want to be a part of anything but his own life. So I didn't have to worry about fighting with him over her. And on the flip side, she didn't get any of the male support or understanding or influence that you need. You worry about, are you doing enough? Are we, am I being both parents enough? Am I being strict enough? Am I being nice enough? You constantly judge yourself for the things that you're doing to make sure that you're making up for all the things that is lacking from the missing parent. And that's really hard. It's because you don't want your kid to grow up, missing something, because then you don't know if you're going to screw them up for the rest of their lives.
I never really felt like I was missing anything. When something's not there for so long, you kind of forget that it was supposed to be there. Anytime I see like a big family or, just people with their parents, and then I'm kind of reminded the like ideal life should be. But then again, do any of us know what an ideal life should be? Do any of us live the same life? No. Why focus on what you don't have when there's so much to be appreciative for what you do have? Hey, Deli. Want to tell a joke? Do you have any jokes? That's okay. Take your time.
This is Delta. Say hi. Hi. She was a rescue. Becca found her on, I don't remember which pet site.
I think it's Pet Finder.
Petfinder.com. As soon as I saw her face, I knew she was ours. I knew she was meant to be my dog. I went down to Citrus Heights to pick her up, and she took right to me. I mean, just from the moment I got her, and she wouldn't move away from me. I mean, she didn't even know me, and just lashed right on to me, and we've had her ever since. And she's just, you know, she's just a member of our family. She loves us, and we love her. And we sing to her all the time. I talk to her too when Becca's not here. Show me, kid. Huh, this is my girl.
Can you talk about some of the advantages of single parenting?
Good things are you have a really tight bond with your child.
We are so much closer than I feel like a lot of other people are. And I think that that's one of the biggest advantages of being on your own.
I think you teach your child responsibility and you guys have to pitch in and do stuff together. I think that when your child sees you doing all the things, I think they appreciate things more. I think if you do it right, they don't necessarily focus on the things that they don't have, the things that they're lacking from not having the other parent. Then they see what a benefit it is from everything the one parent gave them.
Growing up, I heard people talking about if you were an only child, that you were spoiled. And I know a lot of people, when they meet me, they say that I don't really have that, like, only child, like, the symptoms or whatever of what it means to be an only child. You know, I never really think that I was ever in that mold, even when it was my dad, my mom, and I. But I think that that broke even more when it was just my mom and I.
We can do more things that maybe if I had more kids, we wouldn't be able to do. You know, we wouldn't be able to go on some of the trips and do some of the staycations and do some of the other things because it would cost, you know, too much money and we wouldn't be able to do that.
She puts together amazing trips. She makes it that I get to do all these wonderful things in my life, and she makes sure that it's possible and makes sure to give me the best life that she possibly could give me. My mom hooked us up in this nice hotel room. There's this beautiful bathroom, this big old bathtub that has jets in it, and this walk-in shower that has 2 shower heads. There's also a TV so that you can take a nice bath and watch TV, or you could even shower and stand near the door and watch TV. We even have this amazing view of the pool that is here. There's 2. There's one right there. There's one back there.
Hey.
Hey.
Tell a joke.
What kind of joke?
This first joke that comes to your mind.
I don't tell very many jokes.
You're really funny.
Yeah, but not like in a joke kind of way.
Okay, then
Like
say
in a-
something funny.
Like a sarcastic wit kind of way.
Say the first thing off the top of your head.
And then the dumb one that, you know, knock knock,
Who's there?
banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock,
Who's there?
banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock,
Who's there?
orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Ah!
The only one I could think of which is the dumbest joke ever.
That joke's funny.
Or there's some inappropriate jokes, but I don't remember exactly how they go, so I gotta think about those.
I don't think I've ever heard an inappropriate joke from you before.
2 girls getting all dressed up for a night on the town, going to the arcade.
Yes. Oh no.
Hi, guys.
Mom's favorite video game.
How's it balancing work and being a single parent?
It was hard. It was very hard. The struggle is real. The struggle to being the sole financial provider, you know, not to knock anybody, but your dad didn't hold up his end of the financial bargain. Since we divorced, I've supported Becca, myself, financially, solely myself.
I don't know where everybody thinks all this money is coming from, but like, ain't none of us, most of us, majority of us, like, have that kind of money to afford to go to college.
So you constantly have this pressure in the back of your head. I need to make sure I work enough, so I'm proving myself enough, so that there's no risk of me losing my job, because I can't not have a job, because if I don't have a job, I can't support you. I can't feed you. I can't clothe you. I can't make sure you have health care and make sure you're cared for. And that's a lot of pressure.
What do you want people to know about single parenting that they might not have known before watching this film?
Probably the number one thing I can tell a single parent is you are enough. Don't spend all your time trying to make up for the lost parent. If you find yourself in that position, that you are enough. You are enough of a parent for your child. You know, a single parent supporting our family and you know, with the challenges we've had in our life, that, you know, you can still be successful. I was able to help raise, she helped raise herself too, a strong woman who won't need people to validate her because of things she lacked in her childhood. I would say don't be afraid to ask people for help or support. That it doesn't mean that you can't handle things or that you're weak. It actually means that you're strong enough to reach out and get help from somebody because you need it, or they have something to offer that you don't.
I love my mom. At the end of the day, we both know that we have each other. I think that's pretty cool. Do you have any last thoughts before we wrap up?
So it's harder than I thought it would be. Gosh, it feels like I just talked about myself the whole time too.
I mean, that's kind of the point.